To our most valued clients, the 11,295 students across all levels, across 10 colleges and 6 campuses of Southern Leyte State University, our competent trailblazers and innovative faculty members, to the equally competent, dedicated, and hard-working administrative personnel, to the members of the University Management Committee, the very hard-working, dynamic, and proactive vice presidents and campus directors, the august members of the University Academic and Administrative Councils, to the honorable members of the university's governing board, chaired by the supportive and visionary CHED Commissioner, Dr. Aldrin A. Darilag, to the rest of SLSU's stakeholders and partners here and beyond, my cordial greetings to all. I am pleased and privileged to engage with you today, sharing with you the state of our university, more particularly on what we have significantly accomplished during the most challenging year 2020, the times we're in, and about our future, a much brighter and a more promising one. Truly, I'm very much grateful to all of you for attending this virtual event, the first virtual State of the University address of Southern Leyte State University. I hope you and your families are well. To all our students joining us this morning, I'd like to welcome you in a very special way. We never expected to make history by Zooming this event, and personally, I would much prefer seeing and chatting with you before and after the talk. But I'm confident that those days will return very soon. Foremost, I love to talk about the obvious. COVID-19 pandemic has hit us hard, if not the hardest. A lot of people are hurting, anxious, and worried. Many are out of work. Thousands were and are still in hospitals. Many families suffered and grieved for the untimely passing of their loved ones due to COVID-19 disease, and it is heartbreaking. Our people at Southern Leyte State University, the officials, faculty, administrative personnel, and students are hurting too. Our schedules and plans have been disrupted. Cherished events like performances, competitions, thesis and dissertation defenses, internships, and commencement have been postponed or changed and have been done remotely. Likewise, our local, regional, and national athletic season has been erased. We are missing friends, colleagues, and family we haven't seen for months and almost a year now. Since March 13, 2020, just 1 week after we had our 5th SOA, all SLSU students who were not prepared for this health crisis have been studying from homes, struggling to survive from the ordeals of flexible learning modalities because of lack of appropriate devices and technology glitches brought about by poor internet connectivity. During the onset of the pandemic, when enhanced community quarantine protocols were imposed, the university officials and some faculty and administrative staff came to work on site in spite of their own fears of the disease, just to help students and employees who were still on campus or in boarding houses, to monitor and help the OJTs go back to their homes and families safely, to initiate projects and produce innovations aimed to suppress the huge effects of COVID-19, whereby preventing everyone from possible contamination, formulate contingency plans to effectively close the second semester of academic year 2019-2020, and establish continuity strategies for academic operation and other functional areas to smoothly transition to a better new normal, ensuring a more prepared academic community for the opening of the new academic year 2020-2021, and of course for the university to accomplish the targets set for the year 2020. I know we're all missing the joy and energy of being with our students, colleagues, and friends. Although after 6 months, we started to allow employees to work on site, but still constrained with all the health protocols we are obliged to follow. We still miss the warm company of our colleagues. Our classrooms are still empty and boring due to the physical absence of our students. We are still facing and experiencing uncertainties until today, but I see the mighty kingfisher stepping up in this crisis every single day under very difficult circumstances. Indeed, your strength is a beacon of hope. Here are a few snapshots of that hope out of hundreds I could cite. Let me start with the immediate responses our employee volunteers have done in order to help SLSU quickly respond to the needs of the LGU's health workers, frontliners, our own employees and students, and others. With your sense of volunteerism, risking your own and your family's health and safety, SLSU was able to serve the 19 municipalities of southern Leyte. During the onset of the pandemic, when almost everything was in scarcity and almost everyone was anxious, SLSU was able to produce 15 innovations under its SLSU Unified Proactive and Productive Extension Support Services, or SUPRESS, COVID-19 project. This project includes, but not limited to, the production of 1,385 liters of liquid soaps, 1,785 liters of disinfectants, 3,559 face masks, 4,058 face shields, 5,419 sets of COVID-19 eye-easy materials or leaflets, 500 of ready-to-eat food packs, 585 relief packs, and 1,110 kilograms of rice packs, which were distributed to the frontliners, health workers, and families in the 19 municipalities of the province. Likewise, the university provided financial assistance and food packs to our 121 students and 1 faculty who were stranded during the lockdown. This project was made possible because of the benevolent hearts of high school and college alumni, employees, and others. Our colleagues from the Physical Plant Development and Maintenance Office initiated the fabrication of hand-washing facilities with touchless mechanical faucets and touchless mechanical liquid soap dispenser, which were stationed in the main entrance of the main campus. More importantly, the College of Computer Studies and Information Technology faculty developed an automated contact tracing system, which is now being adopted by all the municipalities of southern Leyte. Such partnership was strengthened through a memorandum of agreement forged between the municipalities, the provincial LGU, and SLSU. SLSU's existence as an academic community became more significant with all these endeavors amid the health crisis. Thank you to all those who actively participated in this endeavor. I would like to mention also the services extended by our guidance counselors and social workers for helping students and employees cope up with the unprecedented challenges brought about by COVID-19 pandemic by providing them mental health counseling. The common denominator in all these examples is a spirit of service and selflessness that animates so much of what we do. To everyone who in one way or another have helped the SLSU management thrive through the ordeals of hard lockdowns, thank you most sincerely. COVID-19 may have knocked us hard, but it has also revealing sides of ourselves we may not have seen before. With all the adversaries we were in, we developed such vision of seeing problems as opportunities exercising muscles we didn't know we had, tapping into wells of expertise and knowledge and compassion we didn't know were so deep. Collectively, we found new ways to work together and solve problems, and helping people move faster and more flexibly than ever before. I believe now that we've seen and put these capabilities to use in service of something bigger than ourselves. We see this happening gradually at SLSU because our academic community has been changing for some time now and in important ways. We've been transforming our culture, our structure, and our governance to enable us to become the university of the future. Nothing is fixed as we consider improvements as a work in progress, and these changes are benefiting us, most particularly our students, as we continuously transition to a much better SLSU beyond COVID-19 crisis, a future-ready university. So let me turn to some of our key achievements in the year 2020 that keep us more enthusiastic and greatly inspired to achieve the university's vision in the coming years. Despite the pandemic, SLSU was able to hold the first ever virtual graduation rites in all 6 campuses. Using information technology and the social media, the graduates of the university experienced in a unique way the great feeling of success. And amidst the global health crisis, the university is blessed to have produced competitive and resilient graduates who would be joining us in nation building. And prior to the start of the academic year 2020-2021, SLSU was given the privilege as the training and capacity building team lead of the Eastern Visayas Higher Education Institutions Flexible Learning Management Consortium, the brainchild of Commissioner Aldrin A. Darilag. The TCB team, led by SLSU and co-led by VSU, was able to conduct 17 webinars aimed to prepare and equip the 3,998 faculty members, 80,000 students, and more or less 200 officials of the 10 SUCs of Region 8 for the FLMS implementation. My sincere thanks to Commissioner Aldrin Darilag for the trust and confidence afforded to SLSU, to the production team, and to all the representatives of the 10 SUCs, for without them, the TCB activities would not have been a great success. Through the online TCB and content development activities that the consortium has conducted, the faculty members of SLSU had successfully produced their learning modules ready for the opening of classes of academic year 2020-2021 using flexible learning modalities. For these modules to be used more effectively and remotely, the university established its model-based learning management system that most of our teachers are now using. Even with the restrictions and difficulties, the university registered a total enrollment of 11,295 across all levels for the first semester of academic year 2020-2021. These students are being served by 311 faculty members and 363 administrative staff, a total of 674 talents who are SLSU's agents of transformation. Access to good internet connectivity and IT devices have been identified as major concerns of students while studying at home. Hence, another strategy that has been implemented by SLSU was to establish 20 academic kiosks in all the municipalities in the city of the province and another kiosk in Matalom, Leyte. The establishment of these kiosks was made possible through the partnership forged between and among SLSU, PLGU, and the MLGUs to primarily serve those students with no access to any gadget and with no connectivity. While this approach has been found out to be helpful based on the survey conducted, however, the operation of the kiosks was very challenging, with sustainability as one of the identified major concerns, since this strategy involves considerable amount of budget for the hiring and deployment of job order staff. Close monitoring, though, has been done in order to reduce or minimize defects in the implementation of this noble intervention. In our commitment to address the present concerns of the students within a network of care, SLSU invested its resources in transforming the student services from face-to-face to virtual or online transactions. These online student services include, but not limited to, the conduct of admission and enrollment activities, library services, guidance and counseling, and other student development services. Some policies in processing student records or credentials were relaxed just to continue the provision of services to all clients amidst the health protocols and restrictions. I must not forget to recognize the licensure performance of our mechanical engineering graduates, of which SLSU garnered a passing rate of 80.95%, and I'm proud to highlight that SLSU is top 3 among the HEIs that offer mechanical engineering program with 10 to 49 examinees. The only licensure examination result released in 2020, just before COVID-19, had hit us. Huge congratulations to the successful and newly licensed mechanical engineers, their parents, the College of Engineering Dean, the Mechanical Engineering Department Head, and faculty members for the job well done. We are proud of this accomplishment. Amidst the technology glitches, SLSU took the risk in subjecting its 3 graduate programs and 8 undergraduate programs for the first remote AACOP accreditation. Although there were problems met, but on the whole, the online accreditation activities turned out to be successful. Meanwhile, we look forward to receiving the summary of findings and recommendations and certificates of accreditation levels from AACOP. Couldn't be prouder and happier to report to you that as of December 2020, 29 out of the 46 programs offered by the 10 colleges across 6 campuses have already received their certificates of program compliance. Most of those with no COPC yet are programs which are laboratory intensive. I'm sure that the concerned college deans and program heads, in collaboration with the Quality Assurance Office, are moving heaven and earth to finally get the needed COPCs within the year. Through the years, we kept on improving our performance in research and innovation. Our researchers' publication to Scopus, ISI, and ASEAN Citation Index journals are relatively improving starting in 2017 until 2020. Most of the research outputs that are published in Scopus, ISI, and AC Index journals are coming from the associate professors of SLSU. For intellectual property application and registration, from 2017 to 2020, SLSU's performance keeps on improving. As of 2020, we have a total of 77 registrations and applications, 12 patent applications, and 3 for industrial design applications. I'm enjoining everyone, especially those who have not started yet in producing scholarly works, to change gears and be one of those who have significantly contributed to this particular performance indicator of the university. For our external linkages and extension services accomplishments, I'm also proud to report to you that in 2020, despite the situations we're in, yet we exceedingly have surpassed what we achieved in 2019. Out of the 98 programs, projects, and activities that our LS staff and extensionists have conducted, an overwhelming 13,641 individuals were benefited. Compared to the number of linkages established from 2017 to 2019, which reached to 25, what we have established in 2020 are 38 linkages. What about that? To everyone who were involved in the research and innovation and LS accomplishments, hats off to all of you. Further, I'm equally happy to report that our long-time goal to step up in our gender and development and internationalization initiatives has started to become a reality. During the last quarter of 2020, SLSU was very active in engaging with various gender-sensitive activities focused on strengthening its campaign to end violence against women and children. SLSU's Gender and Development Office also conducted a webinar on GAD planning and budgeting from GPB to GAD fund audit to improve the knowledge and competence of all concerned officials on how to integrate and streamline GAD attributes in the various PPAs of the university across all functional areas. The internationalization initiatives of the university has been laudable since the start of the third quarter of the year 2020. To date, we already have additional potential international partnerships that are on the pipeline. Worth mentioning is UMAP International's recognition for SLSU as a participating institution to the University Mobility in Asia and the Pacific Multilateral Student Exchange Program on the strength of a pledge of agreement duly signed in December 22, 2020. This has been our desire since 2019, and finally, through the efforts of our International Affairs Office, with the assistance of CHED International Affairs Services Office, we are a UMAP International member. Moreover, SLSU was afforded with a certificate of regular membership by the UMAP Council Incorporated Philippines just this January 8, 2021. With this, I am really enjoining all the program managers to be on top of this milestone so that within this year, even if we are not yet allowed to travel, we will be able to increase student and faculty mobility at least via remote or online engagements with our foreign counterparts. My sincere congratulations to those who have spent sleepless nights for both our gender and development and internationalization initiatives. I'm so looking forward for more tangible outputs and outcomes from these endeavors anytime soon. Indeed, SLSU is so fortunate and blessed in the year 2020 because our university is a recipient of several project grants. The acquisition and upgrading of laboratory facilities and equipment amounting to 54.7 million pesos include but not limited to the procurement and upgrading of engineering and technology laboratories, science laboratories, including the forensic laboratory for the criminology program in the main campus, digital language center for San Juan campus, and establishment of intelligence system laboratory for teaching and precision agriculture with the College of Computer Studies and Information Technology. On the other hand, the R&D and extension project grants amounting to 14.3 million pesos cover the suppressed COVID-19 project in which all students and employees and families of our students will be recipients of face masks and liquid soap. A research project which is focused on the development of Bisaya learning materials for mother tongue-based multilingual language education under the Center for Access to Rural Education in Tomas Opus campus, and an extension project under the Bioprotect in Bontoc campus. God is undeniably great for affording SLSU these countless blessings. My sincere thanks to all the proponents of all these projects that are funded by CHED. Of course, we should also give our thanks to CHED for believing in our capacity to implement those projects and produce the deliverables. What made us happier in the year 2020 was the provision of 45 faculty items to SLSU Maasin City Campus. Yes, COVID-19 pandemic has hit us hard, but the disruptions it caused were not enough reasons for SLSU to quit and stop working and strategizing to achieve what has been set as the university's targets in FY 2020. The approved business continuity plan has helped us overcome and transition to a better new normal. It wasn't easy though, because factors such as communication and coordination were a bit overlooked in some aspects. But I'm grateful to God for always giving us the wisdom to see all difficulties as opportunities to continually improve and be better. Now, let me share with you the university's overall performance in terms of its physical, financial, and income vis-a-vis the agency's targets as per General Appropriations Act or GAA 2020. On the whole, the average physical accomplishment rate of the university is 154.06%, covering the 4 mandated core programs with 17 outcome and output indicators. In a per-program basis, the higher education program had an accomplishment rate of 108.31%. The advanced education program had an accomplishment rate of 234.63%. The research program had an accomplishment rate of 134.49%, while the technical advisory and extension program had an accomplishment rate of 138.91%. It is substantially significant to highlight that out of the 17 indicators, 16 posted an accomplishment rate above 100% against our annual targets. As to financial performance, the university had a relatively high obligation allotment BUR of 99% and disbursement obligation BUR of 89% despite the challenging situation we experienced the past year, wherein most transactions were affected by the restrained mobility of people, goods, and services. As to income performance, the overall collection rate was 97.86%, which is seemingly high considering the restrictions and limitations posed by COVID-19. The university fell short on income collected from revolving funds, students' activities, rentals, and other sources. Truly, the income collection had been aggravated by the suspension of face-to-face classes and hotel and other facilities rentals. With that, let me congratulate the entire academic community of SLSU for doing such a great job. You exemplified the true sense of the words resilience, commitment, and grit. I think we all deserve a tap on our shoulders and a big round of applause. Again, from the bottom of my heart, please accept my warmest congratulations for all the concerted efforts exerted. Of course, all our achievements happen in partnership with the wonderful, determined, and dedicated top and middle managers, faculty, administrative staff, students, alumni, and other stakeholders with the undying support coming from the members of our governing board. Looking ahead, we know COVID-19 will continue to challenge us for some time. But let's promise to ourselves it will not deter us from reaching our goals. Instead, we must consider that we're learning in the fight against the pandemic, like the strength in collaboration, our willingness to change, our new perspective about where we are going, and maximize all these to fast-track our transformation. Moving forward, SLSU has done great accomplishments in the past, but still we have so many things to do just yet. We've a promising future ahead as we have projects implemented in the year 2020, which we hope to be completed this year, 2021. Big plans and programs to undertake within the year and onwards. And these include completion of the Research and Innovation Building, completion of the University Library, completion of the Multipurpose Court, rehabilitation of the Grandstand, completion of the Graduate School Building in Tomas Opus Campus, completion of the Human Kinetics Building in Tomas Opus, completion of the 3-story Agri-Fishery Building in Bonto Campus, rehabilitation of Agritech Building in Bonto Campus, rehabilitation of OSAS Building and 2-story Academic Building in Hinunangan Campus, completion of Students' Welfare and Development Center in Hinunangan Campus, and the construction of school building with 3 classroom and comfort rooms in San Juan Campus that is funded by one of the campus alumni. In addition to what has transpired in the first quarter of this year 2021 is the approval of the deed of donation of a 7-hectare lot by the very supportive executives and officials of LGU Maasin City. This lot is located in Barangay Tamis, Maasin, the place where our newly integrated Maasin City campus will be established. The formal turnover of said deed of donation will happen on March 16, 2021. On behalf of the entire SLSU family, I am conveying my sincere thanks to Mayor National Mercado of Maasin City and his colleagues. For the year 2022, SLSU submitted 21 infrastructure projects which we hope to be funded by the government. These projects include, among others, the major earthworks and construction of 2-lane arterial road network, waterworks, and sewage system in Maasin City Campus, improvement of the athletic track in the main campus, completion of the female dormitory in the main campus, completion of University Quality Assurance and External Linkages Building in the main campus, the construction of Academic Building in Tomas Opus, rehabilitation and expansion of Student Center in Tomas Opus, rehabilitation and expansion of Business Administration Building in Tomas Opus, establishment of solar power electrification system at Tomas Opus, completion and concreting of campus circumferential road with drainage system in Bontoc Campus, construction of fish processing plant facilities of Bontoc, construction of Student Center cum Evacuation Center at Bontoc Campus, construction of 2-story academic building at Bontoc Campus, rehabilitation of fish pond with advanced pond facilities in Bontoc Campus, completion of U-shaped building in San Juan, rehabilitation of academic building and acquisition of furnitures and fixtures and ICT equipment in San Juan Campus, rehabilitation of industrial arts building and acquisition of furnitures and fixtures, completion of SLSU San Juan Learning Resource Center, construction of 2 units, 2-story dormitory for male and female student occupants in Hinunangan Campus, rehabilitation and upgrading of auxiliary and general support facilities in Hinunangan Campus, rehabilitation of IT building and upgrading of ICT infrastructure in Hinunangan Campus, and the completion of administration building of SLSU Main Campus. Also, we have submitted 3 proposals in relation to our plan to establish a smart university for possible funding by CHED. The proposals are on the establishment of a campus area network, establishment of a smart learning management system, and the third one is on GIS-based learners information system with funding requirement of more or less 75 million pesos. Help me pray that at least 1 or 2 of these 3 project proposals will get the approvals from the Commission on Higher Education. Just few days ago, travel restrictions and isolation protocols have been lifted by the national IATF and most of the local IATFs. With this, even if, as we hope that we are able to be back in person, but classes most likely will be both offline and online or blended. Hence, SLSU is looking forward to receiving new advisories and policies from CHED so that we will be properly guided how we will conduct our classes, at least during the opening of another academic year. Within this year's first quarter board meeting, SLSU will submit to the governing board a business continuity plan for the year 2021, covering the continuity strategies of all functional areas, more particularly the strategies for both the second semester of AY 2020-2021 and first semester of AY 2021-2022. We will do our best to integrate in the new BCP essential improvements of the things that we failed to do or we fell short to implement in the past semester. If we will not be allowed to go back to classes in person, there is no doubt we will need to do better with less. But I'm convinced, and I hope you will agree with me if I say, we will emerge from all these challenges even stronger, a culture that knows how to calculate risks, learns from mistakes, and invests on human resources or the university's talents, all while becoming much better in research, pedagogy, innovations, technology transfer, and commercialization. A return to status quo won't be good enough for any of us. We have something better that we are working towards. Finally, I want to talk directly to our students. Beloved students, thank you for entrusting your future to Southern Leyte State University. I really miss seeing you, but I also love seeing you playing music, dancing, painting, sharing your stories with each other online. I've loved participating in my graduate class and seeing your faces up close and talking with you online. Please know that we're seeing your needs and concerns more clearly too. I've talked with some of you over Zoom about your concerns and appreciate your willingness to share the pain many of you are experiencing and the anxiety you're feeling about your education here at SLSU and your future after college. I had the chance to briefly interact with the TES grantees while they are claiming their checks at the cashier, and I'm happy knowing that they are at least trying their best to survive all the intricacies in blended learning caused by poor internet connectivity, among other factors. You're being tested in many ways, and I deeply admire your strength, your resilience, and your capacity to weather life's challenges. And I want you to know that we have your back. We're all committed to helping you get through this crisis, complete your education, hopefully on time, and launch your respective careers. For our seniors or graduating students, especially those who are to have their OJTs and internships in various industries and agencies, please be patient, as CHED will soon release the needed guidelines for OJT and internship programs. Above all, we want to make sure that all our students continue to dream big and act boldly. You are needed more than ever. In the face of so much uncertainty, it's always good to pause and breathe and take a step back to reflect a bit. It also reminds me of the many things we have to be grateful for, especially our talents, bravery, and generosity of spirit I see in all of us. Beyond that, we should be grateful because SLSU has been spared from any casualty due to this present health crisis. At this point, I want to offer special thanks to our faculty who have been incredibly overwhelmed with the task they have to perform almost 24/7, as they have no choice to remotely accommodate queries and concerns of our students. In this pandemic period, they have been serving not only as facilitators of learning, researchers, and extension workers, but acted as guidance counselors to the students under their care. These are on top of the time they have invested in preparing their modules to be used in the flexible learning management system that all HEIs have been implementing when face-to-face classes were not allowed due to the pandemic. Hats off to all faculty members of this university for your passion and perseverance in helping the university produce graduates who could truly compete with the graduates of other HEIs in the country and beyond. To our administrative staff, such as the drivers, PPDMO, and GENSO personnel, office clerks, security guards, IT staff, who run our services from transportation to hospitality. They're part of our research and innovation, extension services, programs, student services, and our teaching teams. They take care of our finances and our campuses. They keep us safe and our IT secure, among others. They also care for our well-being, manage our operations, and organize our events. And they help us communicate and work with our stakeholders. To our faculty and administrative staff who retired last year and are retiring this year, for your distinguished service. To the Information and Public Affairs Office team and the University President's Office staff for the unwavering commitment in providing the public, the university's employees and students timely and relevant information and COVID-19 advisories, and for effectively organizing all the virtual events SLSU has had conducted. To our MIS and LMS teams for helping the entire SLSU academic community approach the technology concerns with positivity and enthusiasm. To the bids and awards committees in the 5 campuses for your steadfast dedication and commitment in conducting all the procurement activities, even during lockdowns, just to respond to the needs and purchase requests of everyone. To all the TWGs created, the Management Technical Inspectorate team for all the efforts and time invested just to help perform and deliver the tasks assigned to you. To our planning, quality assurance, and ISO teams, undoubtedly you're being on top of the tasks you are expected to perform. To our 4 vice presidents, 5 campus directors, college deans, directors, division heads, department and office heads who have been investing so much just to help all of us transition to a better new normal while accomplishing all the deliverables expected of us for your work days that have been stretched too often into work nights. To Chair Aldrin Darilag and the SLSU Board of Regents who serve our university with passion and for the inspiration and support all of you have afforded to Southern Leyte State University. To all those I missed to mention, please accept my heartfelt gratitude. Above all, to our Almighty God, for all the wonderful blessings afforded to the entire SLSU family and to our respective households, for the good health and safety amidst the fears and anxieties while we perform our tasks. I started this SOA by saying we have a beautiful and promising future at SLSU, and I love to end by saying it again. Together, we're building a stronger university for the future, tested by adversities and capable of achieving even greater things, always in service to others with quality and excellence. Thank you so much for your efforts, support, and encouragement, and please be sure to take care of yourselves. As soon as everything will be fine, I look forward to seeing you again, most especially the students, in person and around the campus. Mabuhay ang Southern Leyte State University as it turns 17 today. Happy anniversary, everyone!